both hard power, military and economic power, and soft power, diplomatic power and cultural imperialism. Imperialism focuses on establishing or maintaining hegemony and a more formal empire. And while related to the concept of colonialism, imperialism is a distinct concept that can apply to other forms of expansion in many other governments. So let's go ahead and get that out of the way. Now, Iran is a regional power pursuing security, deterrence, and ideological influence, but that is not equivalent to the colonial, extractive, globe-spanning imperial systems historically built by the United States and European powers. Words have meanings, and we have to make sure that we understand what those meanings are when we use them. Now, I also think that it is hilarious that you are equating us condemning the actions of the United States as Israel as being supportive of a particular regime. I also think it's hilarious that you're leaving out the context of what led up to 1979 and the United States' role in that and how the Shah came to power and how everything is perpetuated. I need you to stay on mute. I know you're very eager, but I need you to stay on mute when I am speaking. So this is the problem with people spreading misinformation. You can absolutely have your grievances for what you experience in that country. I, as an indigenous person on my land, have currently occupying the White House right now for what he's doing when he is terrorizing my people and black people in this country. It is insane that you are doing the thing that you are accusing us of, because nobody over here is giving praise to any Ayatollah or any regime. We're simply talking about what is happening in real time and what has led to that. So while you're accusing us of that, you just praised a white supremacist that is oppressing my people and black people in this country. Thank you so much for being a hypocrite. Appreciate you.
Okay, let me go to Sam. Sam wants to come in. Go ahead, Sam.
That is funded by the European Union. To me, it is an absolute joke when I see people. I don't have an issue with, let's say, any Iranian person saying that they have grievances towards their government, right? I'm not Iranian. I'm never going to tell them what or how to feel about their government. What I have an issue with is when people come up here and then praise the West, which is actively participating in our extermination, right? So Western countries, Israel itself, to Andrea as well, what she said, the reason as to why I focus on countries like Israel, the UAE, the EU, and America is because all of these countries participated in my people's genocide, even though I come from an East African country that had absolutely nothing to do with any of these countries. We were minding our own business, and all these countries came to us in our side of the world and decided to participate in our G side. And so, like, you can have this conversation all you want, but I think when it goes to dismissing the G sides of whole swaths, groups of people, I think that becomes very offensive, and that is just genocide denial.
Okay, let me go to Sam. Thank you, Kevin. Let me go to Sam, and I want to go to Equal. Get a final comment from Equal. Got to cycle you out, but go ahead, Sam.
However, I might step into that arena. At the conception of this country, was it a democracy? Was it a democracy when they used enslaved bodies to build their homes, to till their fields, to build their Capitol buildings? Was it a democracy then? All right. Was it a democracy? All right. When white men voted on whether or not people that look like me, people that look like Swan, all right, whether or not we could be counted as full human, and they decided that we were 3/5 of a human, it was not a democracy then because we didn't have a say-so in that. Was it a democracy that when we finally fought and got our freedom, all right, they gave us the 13th Amendment and said that they were abolishing slavery, but instead what they did was they created the prison industrial complex? Was that democracy? Was it democracy when they said that we can't walk on the same sidewalk as white people? We can't look white people in the eye. When they said if it's a group of 3 or more of us, black people, all right, if it's a group of 3 or more of us, then it's a gang and we can be arrested. Was it democracy also when they said just simply standing outside was loitering? Fucking vagrancy laws? Was that democracy? It wasn't. Was it democracy when after the Civil War, when over 200 black people were able to have the ability to actually participate in their local and state governments? that our fucking government, the American government, made a deal. The McKinley Compromise. And you know what they did? They took out Union soldiers from 3 specific Southern states where racism was running rampant, violence was running at an all-time high. And the only reason why Black people weren't killed is because they had at a higher rate, was because the Union soldiers were there. But guess what? They took those away so that a white man could sit at the throne of the executive branch. That's what they did. And you know what happened? All right. For almost 100 years, not another fucking Black person served in any type of elected office because of that. That is not democracy. It is not democracy when you have to pass bills for people to have simple civil liberties and rights in this country. That is not democracy. It's not. Y'all act like we live in this free country. We don't.
You
Don't get up here. Don't shut up, ma'am. Do not get up here and tell Black people.
Let's let Erica land.
Do not. No, I'm gonna get to the current. I didn't want to yell at you. I don't want to yell at you. Don't interrupt me then. How about that? If anyone on this darn going panel would tell you, I don't typically do this, but your democracy comment really is stuck in my craw. I'm just going to say that. I want you to understand that even today, we have people testifying on benches saying in court that they need Black bodies to fill their prisons. They need the sweat equity. That's what they're saying today. Google it, friend. Also, they are taking away the power. They're taking away the power of the Black vote. They're using subterfuge. All right. They are using the power of the pen to take away our power, our voice. And you keep saying that's a democracy. No, I don't think we have to do oppression Olympics. I will tell you this, though, for Black and Indigenous people within this land that people now call the United States of America, they have always been fascistic towards us. Always. Whenever there has ever been any type of step forward, any type of progress for our people, we are then knocked 10 steps backward, and we got to do it all over again. Don't tell us that we live in a democracy. Do not tell us that we are free.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Erica.
I'll tell you.
Yeah, go ahead. Your response, and then we'll go to Swan. Go ahead.
First of all, do not. I completely acknowledge the struggle that Black Americans have undergone in the US, but to compare it to Iran, which is a current gender apartheid state where you will be.
No one was comparing it to Iran. No, you interrupt me. I'm going to interrupt you.
But then
I wasn't comparing it. I was telling you, do not tell us that we live in a democracy.
Roach, you keep... Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So you're going to compare Iran to the USA when all immigrants go to the USA for one...
misquoting me.
Oh
I know
my
that
God,
much.
stop interrupting me.
You're going to stop misquoting me. I know that much. I was not comparing. I was giving you information.
You are.
Okay, hold on. So Erica was making the case around Black oppression in the United States. Go ahead.
If you want to talk about oppression Olympics, I can talk about what women in Iran go through every single day. That's not me disputing what African Americans have gone under, but let's not compare it to Iran, where it's a gender apartheid, okay? It is. Where women get unalived for not wearing a hijab. Where in Iran, the security officials, before unaliving a woman, they recite the Quran and grape her because they believe virgins they believe virgins can go to heaven. So the only way to ensure that she doesn't go to heaven is by doing that. That is what Islamic imperialism is. And that's what's happening to countries in the Middle East through Iran's funding of terror proxies. Have you listened to the people of Yemen? Have you listened to the people of Lebanon? They have proxies terrorizing them in the name of Islam, funded by Iran. And by the way, I want to go back to that thing about why the 1979 revolution happened, because you love to blame it all on America. I'm an Iranian and I don't hold anything against America, because unlike you guys, I can move forward because I want the best for my country. I'm not going to keep blaming everything on the West. In Iran, there was a revolution because the people were lied to, okay? Jimmy Carter, your president, once again, I'm not blaming America because I can move forward, funded Khomeini to put his...
No, did you hear what she just said?
Did you hear
what she just said? I don't live in the past. Unlike you people, I can move forward.
Wait. I don't want her to run.
Yeah. That was... So real quick, E, we're gonna let Swan come in because she flagged for misinformation, and y'all let you address it back, but That was tough to hear. Go ahead, Swan.
Yes, first I wanted to. Oh, did she
So the only
run?
reason I kept E up as long as I did, she was from Iran, so
She ran?
I was keeping her up for that. No, I
Okay.
think she got dropped.
Okay. Okay. E. We all know, beloved. It's obvious. Who in their right mind is going to praise a nation that unalived over 100 children? Explain that. Make it make sense. Girl, you're fired. You're in the arms of an angel now. You were the worst Mossad agent that I think we've run into on TikTok, right? The way that you were denying people's G sides, the way that you were twisting up the information that people gave, the way that you were laughing in the chat about things that people, yeah, candles in the chat. Girl, you're done. It's a wrap for you. You're horrible at this. You suck at this. And the rest of y'all suck at this too. Sim, I don't know if you're mutuals with E, but I'm not going to hold you. It's kind of given the same thing. I did check to see the list of people she follows. Now, you're smart because you got your list on lock, so we can't see it, right? But you were agreeing with E, and I'm confused, right? There's some explaining that you got to do as well. But I just want people to know and understand that this is the same country who, in some of their propaganda, has recognized, right, the plight of people from other countries, right? And so we do the same for them, right? Because we do have a common enemy with Iran, and that is the United States government, United States imperialism, right? We know that it's harmed Black people here. It's harmed people in other countries. Iran, right? When they took hostages, who did they let go? They let Black people go for a reason. If you read their letter to the United States people, you will find that they don't take issue with the people of the United States. They have issue with Western imperialism, which is exactly what E was up here championing. Western imperialism has stopped human progression, period. Western imperialism has caused so much destruction to our physical environment that people can't even fathom the list of things that have been harmed because of this. Humanity has not been able to progress to the degree that it should be able to because of Western imperialism. And they are so desperate. Places like the I state and other harmful places like the United States. I'm going to make sure I include the United States. Right? She's talking about pedestalizing a group, right, that radicalizes their own citizens. The United States does it too, just like the I state does, right? Radicalize their own citizens to see other people as human beings, and they start doing that to people in childhood. In childhood. This is why the United States did what they did when it came to the first strike that they had. Children. And then denied the fact that they did this and lied about it. And then brushed it off when the truth came out. We have a lot in common with Iran because of the harm that they've experienced at the hands of the United States government and the I state as well. The way that these people, the United States government and the I state, will deny people's humanity, Iran didn't deny anybody's humanity. They have just simply been defending themselves. The fact that y'all keep on saying that they're dangerous, they would have had every single right to use a kaboom on us, right? They would have had every right to use a kaboom on us. If they were so dangerous, they would have done it already. We unalive their children. They would have done it already. This whole notion that they're the horrible, most dangerous people on the planet, that has anything to do with religion. If you're gonna make a claim like that, right, then that means that you're gonna be saying that Christians are the same as Christian nationalists, right? That Zios would be the same as a Jewish person. We know that that's not true. It's the oldest tool in the book to use anti-Islam rhetoric to try and demonize a group of people so that you can justify going in and causing harm to them when they did not harm you. It is the most disgusting playbook out there. But E, you're not good at it. Girl, Mossad agents said you're done, okay? You lost. That's why I played the song for you. Candles in the chat. You're done. You did a terrible job at this.
All right, thank you.